Hey Dad, I've only been a funeral director for a short time compared to you, but what are some things that add flavour to a funeral?
I think there's lots of things that add flavour to a funeral, and some of the things we don't even realise we do in our culture. Pallbearing or carrying the casket is a classic one. We think of the English, they have professional pallbearers, whereas in New Zealand we tend to ask family, friends, whoever is appropriate to carry the casket. And it's amazing how people think, oh, I've got to choose the 6 people who are right. Well, actually, there's often lots of chances to carry the casket. If you're taking it home, if you're carrying it into a chapel, out of a chapel, to a graveyard, there are lots of ways, and you can mix it up, grandchildren, friends, whoever. So be creative with your carrying of the casket.
So what about drawing on the casket, for example?
Yeah, that's a great example of how you can add flavour to a funeral. 2 examples: a really simple plain wooden casket where people can draw pictures, particularly grandchildren, but also friends, or write a message, or a funeral like I had recently where they were far more formal. They had a lovely white casket, but they still wanted people to write a message, so they wrote it on the lid so that it wasn't quite so in your face during the more formal funeral. But you can be as creative with that, or as formal, or as serious as you like, but adding flavour and giving people a chance to interact and be part of it.
Dad, we've been talking about adding flavour to funerals, personalising it, but what about vehicles?
Yeah, vehicles. So a hearse is a hearse. You know, some people have different hearses. We have gold hearses that are a nice rich sort of sand gold, not a garish gold. Some people still like traditional black hearses. We have a white vehicle as well. But it's not just about the hearse, it's about the other vehicles. You know, if someone was in the hot rod club, why not bring hot rods to the funeral? If they were a trainee and they have utes, well, bring the utes. And maybe even with the right ute, you can put the casket on and use the ute as the hearse, or use the hot rod as the hearse. It's a great idea. Personalising the vehicle.
So what about adding colour?
Colour's a great one, I love it. Recent funerals we had a bowler who loved that, and it doesn't sound like colour, but white bowling colour, which is like actually eggshell sort of colour. So he had his casket painted in that, and then of course adorned it with other bowling things. But also there's a funeral we did recently together where the lady loved blue, a particular, I call it old lady blue. And so in the notice, everyone was asked to wear blue. It just gives that personal touch to the funeral. People actually have almost a bit of fun as they arrive because they know they're honouring her love of blue. So why not add colour? Why not add it to the casket, what you're wearing, or even the venue itself?